bright, shiny face of prostitution, Amsterdam, capital of the European sex industry. It's totally legitimate, a tourist attraction. But through the windows lies a murkier world. The young girls groomed, beaten and brutalised into selling themselves for sex. This British dad is risking his life to take on the groomers, men who he claims lured his daughter into a relationship when she was just 16, then brainwashed her into prostitution. The pimps are known as Loverboys, men so dangerous that he's asked us to hide his identity.
The communication broke down and I could see my daughter slowly being cut away. It's indescribable. It's the next thing to losing your daughter.
On repeated trips to Holland over 2 years, he says he's been gathering evidence about the man who first became his daughter's boyfriend and then her pimp. He says the man who groomed his daughter is part of a well-known criminal family, one of whom already convicted of human trafficking with established connection to drugs and guns. But no one in authority in Holland seems able to do anything about it.
These people are the underworld. Prostitution, drug dealing, trafficking, all the areas that you would not expect your daughter to be anywhere near.
Tom says he made his discovery after insisting on meeting the boyfriend and his family.
I was warmly greeted by the family, which to me shows how sophisticated these people are and how they will make the police's job difficult. I met Mohammed, the older brother, the man I would suggest is the leader. Mohammed was shot, point blank in the stomach, leaving a nightclub. He was still carrying the wound when I met him.
Struggling on his own, Tom hired this man, Private Detective Jacques, to find Sonia and obtain evidence against the Loverboys. With help, Jacques tracked her down to the red light district in The Hague.
We lived in a hotel in the Chinese district in The Hague. It's a very bad district, close to the Holland Street. The Holland Street is the street where the red windows are. Girls are sitting behind the windows to give their body for sex.
Jacques says what he saw convinced him that Sonia was not acting out of choice.
When she goes out of the hotel, directly one of these guys is there. She can't go into the supermarket by herself. Always one of these guys around. And that's the line of work for these guys. Protect her, she can't leave, she can't go out for herself, she can't run away to France, South America, whatever. Because she makes money.
But Tom's daughter Sonia did escape to this safe house near Amsterdam. Most of these girls have fled from so-called Loverboys and often years of enforced prostitution. The aim is to break the physical and psychological grip of the abusers.
I was 18 years old when it all started. I met a boy, which I fell in love with.
Elena's story is typical. The boy she fell in love with had her raped by a group of men. Within weeks, he was in control. Elena's story could be Tom's daughter's.
It was really like you're having a double life, because at the one life I saw my family, I went to school, and the other life, that was them. If they had customers for me, I had to leave school or I had to come at night.
Anita de Witt set up this safe house after her own daughter was groomed by the Loverboys. Tom's daughter Sonia stayed here for 3 weeks. Anita became her closest confidant, but even she couldn't stop her going back.
Het was een meisje wat behoorlijk gebrainwashed was en die heel erg met zichzelf bezig was van, ja, Aan de ene kant heb ik een relatie met hem en heeft hij me heel veel dingen beloofd. En aan de andere kant heeft hij me ook geslagen. En ik heb drugs gehad en ik heb als hoer moeten werken.
Anita recalls the day that Sonia decided to call her loverboy.
Hij was heel boos van waar ben je? Want hoe kan je zomaar bij me weggaan?
Anita says Sonia was beaten, but when he threatened to take her little sister, she left.
Is in haar gedachten van wat hij bij mij doet, kan hij ook bij mijn zus doen. Of bij mijn moeder of bij mijn stiefvader.
The next day I woke up and he gave me a choice. Or I was gonna work for him in the prostitution, or he was gonna take somebody which I loved, somebody of my own family.
Like Tom's daughter, Elena says the Loverboys took total control of her life.
What you do, what you drink, what you eat, what you think, even though what you are dreaming about, they control everything. Because they text message you before you go to sleep, so you take that in with you in your dreams. You don't understand your own feelings anymore. And then if he is angry, you start to get angry as well. If he is hurt, then you're hurt. It's like you are a clone of him. That's how you can deal with it. That's the only way to survive.
So why didn't Elena run away?
He had a gun. Yeah, I could run, but then he would shoot me.
And so Elena worked for him as a prostitute for 2 years, her cloning of the Loverboy complete, when she began drawing in new girls to be abused, becoming a lover girl herself.
The first girl I made contact on the bar, was talking with her, and she was telling me how crappy life she had. And I said to her, I know this story, it's like mine. She was really happy that she had somebody to talk to. She got in the house and they took her to the bedroom. There she was raped by them. And he was sitting next to me and I could hear her screaming, and I was thinking, a couple of years ago that was me. And why am I not helping her? Why am I not saving this girl? He said, it's your choice, or you're gonna work, or they're gonna work.
Like Elena, Tom's daughter is believed to have been groomed by dangerous international traffickers.
Alleen heeft het veel meer onderzoek nodig. En dit blijft niet alleen in Nederland. Dit speelt ook naar het buitenland toe. En ik hoor naar Spanje, ik hoor naar België, Engeland.
Sonia has now vanished. Tom knows she's alive, but little more. The police have investigated, but say that without her cooperation, they can do nothing.
So it's a society problem that the police by themselves are not able to solve.
Corine Detmeijer is the Dutch National Rapporteur for Human Trafficking. She says the problem for the police is that victims like Sonia rarely complain.
This is an individual case, which is of course extremely sad for the father, and it may well be that the girl is forced into prostitution, but she doesn't want to come forward, she doesn't want to say anything. And if she doesn't want to say anything and there's no other proof that all these things are going on, it is indeed very, very difficult to do something about it.
Jacques, how you doing? How you doing? Sometime, take a seat, man.
Good, how are you?
The lack of action by the authorities is leaving Tom increasingly frustrated.
No,
Gangs.
no.
This is in effect what's happening now.
Yeah, but you need proof. How many times do I have to tell this, Tom? You need proof. As long as the keeps the mouth shut, there is no case.
If the victim is too frightened or intimidated to give evidence, you say you have no case. Is that how the law works? It's as simple as that.
Yeah, same in the UK.
So from a
Same in Germany.
from a criminal organisation's point of view, they simply need to silence the victim, and they can operate with impunity.
You know what happens with girls who don't shut their mouth? They're gonna be killed. And they know. And that's the major problem, Tom. That's the major problem.
Cindy endured life in the grip of a lover boy for nearly 8 years.
As long as you do what they say, you have a life. You can work at the red light district for 18 hours, and 6 hours you can sleep. Then you have a life.
It's a life dominated by violence. That's why women like her and Sonia are so terrified of going to the police.
If your man breaks your arm and don't send you to the hospital, and you have to work with a broken arm, so you have to, sorry to say so, but have to people with that arm, have to be raped in your room every 20 minutes, you know, with a broken arm, then you know for sure that he is capable of doing any other things he's saying.
So without his daughter testifying, Tom has decided that he must gather enough evidence about the men on his own.
What I'm doing is I'm delivering leaflets naming the gang and asking people to provide any information. I've put a reward, a significant reward, out for information that leads to the arrest of the people I am accusing of abusing not only my daughter, but many other people's daughters.
Tom is offering a €10,000 reward, virtually all his savings, for information about the men he's convinced have groomed his daughter. He's distributing their names and photographs, and he acknowledges it's a dangerous strategy.
It is potentially, if these people decide to seek retribution, but the alternative is to do exactly what they want me to do, which is nothing. And I'm not a brave man, but when a man abuses your family, you've got very little choice.
My goodness, yeah, these are the guys. He says 10,000 euros for these guys, and these guys say only 10. We say 50,000 for your head.
The alleged Loverboys are Dutch Moroccans, and despite Jacques' warning, Tom is heading for the embassy.
I'm just alerting the embassy to what some of their citizens are doing. Yep, mission accomplished. It's quite a big Moroccan community, isn't it? Clear. And it's huge. And there, yeah. Okay, I'm out of here now. I'm not staying anymore. Okay, time to go. They're starting to get funny now.
Of course he's desperate, he's gonna do this. And I sure hope for Tom he doesn't end with a bullet in his head in England.
Tom can only wait to see if his plan brings any new leads. He still hasn't heard from his daughter.